Hi, today I'm going to share my reading list for the month of August. I have a pretty chill month and I'm going to be able to read a lot, but still, I try to be realistic and I picked 10 books. My TBR is endless. It just keeps getting longer and I can't keep up. Every time I'm on TikTok or YouTube and I hear someone talk about a book and being really passionate about it, it doesn't matter what the book is about. I'm immediately going to add it to my TBR. I'm going to go on Goodreads and add it. So my picks for August are pretty varied. I have a couple thrillers. I have a classic. I haven't read a classic in a while, so I'm really excited. We're actually a few days into August, and I've already finished two books. I read Piranesi by Susanna Clarke, and I also read The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I have heard so many great things about Piranesi. I read so many good reviews, so my expectations were quite high, but I was a bit disappointed. It's really not my kind of book. I thought it was just endless descriptions of halls and statues and vestibules. The first few pages are very confusing, obviously, because there's all this word building, but I was halfway through the book and I was still just as confused. I couldn't make any sense of the environment that Piranesi was living in. A lot of people have loved this book, so it might just be me. But I'll do a proper review at the end of the month with all the books that I'm going to read for August. I also finished The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This one I liked a little bit better than Piranesi, but still, it's not my type of book. It's the story of this woman who is in between life and death, and she is in this infinite library which has all the possible lives she could have lived. And I think it's such a great premise, such a great concept. I wasn't really a fan of the writing style. I felt like it was very repetitive at times. But again, I'll do a complete review at the end of the month. My third pick, and also the book that I'm currently reading, is Yellowface by Rebecca Kuang. I think this book is incredible. So far, I have loved every page. The book is written from the villain's point of view, which makes it quite refreshing. The writing style is captivating and it's fast paced. I have not been bored since I started reading this book. I'm really excited to finish this book, and also I'm excited to read more of Rebecca Kuang. I know she wrote Babel, which is quite popular on TikTok, and I know she also has a trilogy, which I'm gonna add to my endless TBR. Next on the list is A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. I actually have no idea what this book is about, but I saw it a few times on TikTok and immediately I added it to my list. I loved the way people were talking about it and it made me really intrigued. But just by looking at the cover, I feel like it's a fantasy novel, which I don't think I've ever read a fantasy novel. This is going to be quite new to me, and I love going into a book blindly. I feel like the reading experience is so much better, and especially if there's a plot twist in the story, it makes it so much better. Next book on the list is Verity by Colleen Hoover. This will be my first Colleen Hoover book. I know Colleen is very, very popular on TikTok, on YouTube as well, because of the romance book she wrote. But this one is a thriller, and I absolutely love thrillers. I think a good thriller is addictive and it's a page turner. I was told that I can read this book in one day, so I'm really excited about it. Next book on the list is another thriller. It's called The Dinner by Herman Koch. It's a dinner that starts with drinks and laughter, and it's a happy dinner, and then it slowly turns into a haunting dinner. I've heard some great things about this book and I'm really excited to read it. I also really love the cover on this book. Makes me wonder if something is gonna go up in flames and burn. The next book is also a thriller. It's The Housemaid's Secret by Freida McFadden. I actually read the first one, The Housemaid, last month, and I absolutely loved it. I read the book in one day. Um, Unfortunately, I didn't like the ending. I wasn't a fan of the ending. I thought it was rushed. I thought it was also very predictable. I didn't like how some characters completely switched out of nowhere. But I was told that the second one is better, and I'm really excited to read it. I think Freida McFadden is very talented. I love her writing style. I think the books are fast paced, and you really don't get bored reading her books. Next on the list is a classic. It's The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. The last classic I read was The Great Gatsby, which I found very moving and quite tragic. And if I were to pick one favorite classic, I think it would be The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. On the cover of the bell jar, it says, "Such deep penetration into the dark and harrowing corners of the psyche is an extraordinary accomplishment and has made the bell jar a haunting American classic." This is very different from what I usually read, and I already know I'm gonna love it. Next book is This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amal Al Mohtar. This has been on my TBR for ages, and I'm really happy that I'm finally gonna get to read it. I was told that it's romantic, poetic, and lyrical, and I can't wait to dive into this. And finally, for the month of August, I have The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This book has been all over TikTok, and I've heard a lot of positive things about the writing style of Madeline Miller. On the cover, it says, "A tale of gods and goddesses, kings and queens, immortal fame, and the human heart." I think this is a great way to end the month of August. This is all from my August TBR. I will definitely be making a more in-depth reviews at the end of the month of all the books that I showed today. I couldn't describe the books in depth in this video because, like I said, I like to go into a book blindly. It gives me a better reading experience. I hope you enjoyed the books that I presented today, and if you have read any of these titles, please let me know if you liked it or not. Also, please make sure to watch my book reviews for the month of July. Thanks for watching.